the N word, which like children, we have to like the F word, I said the S word. We still have to say the N word. And I think this speaks to the level of the whole country, as we all know, is walking around on eggshells not to offend the black people. We all know you can offend white people, Hispanics, you can offend Asians, you can heap discrimination and racism on Arabs, Muslims, even Jews on some level. But we all know black people, careful what you say, or else you'll be canceled. If you're not in good standing, if you don't have the stamp of approval, you'll get shouted down. And I think it's totally ridiculous. So I totally oppose it. I think that, look, it's a word, sticks and stones, break my bones, etc. People get called retard. People get called all kinds of other things. People can say things that are even meaner, that are more personal. But for some reason, blacks are this protected class. You can't say their special word. I think it's total joke. I think that if whites and blacks want to live together in harmony, there has to be a real mutual basis of equality. Nobody's ever said that there's things off limits you could say about white people. Jamie Foxx can go on SNL and say, I play Django, I get to kill a lot of white people, which is pretty awesome. You talk about killing white people on TV, that's fine. You utter the syllables of a slur, suddenly you're a racist? Like Michael, or what's his name, Kramer from Seinfeld? It's totally insane. It's got to go. And by the way, that's for the benefit, I think, of both people. All
right, so first of all, he's not wrong. He's not wrong so far. He's not wrong so far, man. We get a pass. We get to say cracker. We get to say peckerwood. We get to talk about the chinks, and we get to make all of our Chinese jokes that we possibly want. We get to go out of our way to call every Asian we see Chinese, and they can be Vietnamese, they could be Japanese, they could be Korean. And we go out of our way to call them Chinese. They could be Thai. They could be anything. We talk about, let me tell you something about blacks. We say what we want. We do what we want. We move how we want. We dress how we want. We dance how we want. We don't have any rules at all. Bruh, he's not lying. He's not lying. When he is lying, trust me, I'm going to call this brother out. But what he just now said is the truth. Now, is there a little bit of, is a deeper conversation to be had about this? Absolutely. 1000% there's always a deeper conversation to be had. Always. Like everything, nothing is just black and white. We're grown. We're adults. We know that there's a whole lot of nuance in these things. It's a little deeper. We need to have these deeper conversations. Only reason why we can't, though, is because nobody approached these conversations objectively. No one approaches these conversations objectively. No one. As soon as you touch something that's sensitive to them in their household, they're automatically defensive. They're not thinking properly. They're not thinking altogether. It's no longer about a fair conversation. Damn that. They just want to talk about how you offended them. And that's it. But what he just now said is the truth. So I want to tell y'all something, though. We train our algorithm to send us the information that we're receiving on the internet. Everything that we see on TikTok, on X, on YouTube, every time we get a suggestion for a video, is because we clicked that artist or that content creator before. We clicked something similar to them that made that style of content come to our algorithm, just be placed in front of our faces so we can click it again, because we create our algorithm now. All right. So let's just keep that a buck. So if you're not seeing anything that's on the opposing end of your argument or what you believe about race relations in this country, is because you go out of your way not to click anything that's going to make you question what you already think about racism in this country, about anything that we're talking about right now. All right. So this was a panel. We saw he was talking about the N-word, is talking about how unbalanced things are. And this is why Nick Fuentes does a lot of videos about the blacks. So then he went on to do this one right here. This is the video that WTF for real was telling me that that Cartier family was talking about. And shout out again to the Cartier family. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to this joint. And I'm going to be extremely honest. And some of you may not like me after this conversation, but guess what? That has been happening the entire time I've been on YouTube. I do not care about losing people simply because they don't agree with me. Those people are people. I'm not going to call you a name. I'm not going to say you're sensitive. I'm not going to say you're ignorant. You're a person. Nobody wants to, I get it. And that's another reason why we train our algorithm to only be pleasing to our eyes and ears. I get that. But we need to grow the hell up and expand a little bit and listen to what people are saying on all sides. You know what I mean? Nick Fuentes, brother, I'm not a fan of yours. I've heard some things about you and I'm giving you a chance. So let's get it.
It's a shame. I really do believe, look, I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare. And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes about black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative. Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder and you say, what the f-? You're not supposed to do that.
All right, so let me pause that right there. Most people interactions with black people are negative. Okay, what he should have said was most white people who are in my circle reactions with black people are negative. Because just like anything, like if you ask me, Van, are most of your reactions with black people negative? What do you think my answer will be? Somebody, anybody, everybody, scream the answer, please. Anybody. Someone on my left, my right, it don't matter. If you ask me that question, what do you think my answer will be? As a black man that grew up around nothing but black people in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, what do you think my answer will be about black people? Van, do you think most black people that you grew up around are negative? What do you think my answer will be? So that's the part right there that we need to consider. All right. We need to consider that part. Is he wrong though about some people experiencing a whole bunch of negative bull sugar honey iced tea with black people? You're absolutely right. But here's the thing that separates that. No, I'm gonna let him talk first. Let me go ahead and finish. I'm gonna let him talk. All right, let's continue.
Supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just be another lane. And, you know, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply to them. They have no respect for society.
He's not lying. He ain't lying. Okay. All right. He ain't lying. That right there, Van. Most of the black people you know, do they have any respect for decorum? Nah. Hey, Van, do most black people you know have respect for society in the country? Nah. Hey, Van, do most of the black people you know respect the American flag? Okay. All right. Let's go.
Like that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip and they're rude. Like that's most people's interactions. It's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude. That people don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration and respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking. If you live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people, it kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for? Black people.
All right, so first of all, I want to say this, guys. Pains me to have to actually agree to any of this. Just be honest with you. It pains me to have to agree to any of this. But, all right, so it's not that you're looking out for black people. It's what Chris Rock says. You're looking out for the people. They're looking for victims. So, I don't know. He's making a lot of points, man. He's making a lot of points. Listen, I know I got some people that's like, Van. Okay, let me continue. I apologize, man. Let's go.
And you equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative. And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. It's unfortunate, but Nick Fuentes he's a scary human being. It's coming off to me like he never surrounds himself with mixed groups of individuals. I don't believe he's ever gone to a black affair, a black event, a club, restaurant, or bowling alley with most black people. I don't think so. What I want y'all to stop doing is allowing the internet to shape the way that you think about anything. Please stop that. Please stop that. They sensationalize the negative so that you can form your opinion, because negative news and negative information spreads faster than positive. So he's not coming from a middle of the ground type of space. He's not. I don't think you know how when people say you're not qualified to have an opinion on certain things? I think he's qualified to have an opinion, but lacking any type of experience, it removes his qualifications a bit. Like, because if I were to answer those same questions that he's bringing up about being around a whole bunch of black people, bro, I feel fearful around a bunch of black people. That's just not what happens. I don't. Me and my wife, we go many different places, and we good, we cool, and we having a good time. As a matter of fact, we just now went to my friend's cookout. And how I grew up, most of my friends went to jail. A couple of them passed away a little too soon, a lot too soon. I even sung at a couple of their funerals as a teenager and young adult. And at the cookout, my wife was like, and she was just joking, but she was like, wow, it was great meeting all your friends from your childhood. But this right here was kind of different. I was like, what was different about it? She said, everybody there been shot at somebody before, or been shot, been arrested, or unalived somebody before. I've never been around something like that. I'm like, what? For real? So it's certain places and certain groups of people that will bring on that type of energy. And when you try to group everybody, like, I have an issue with this so far. I'm just going to let you know that. I'm not offended at all. But I believe that he's talking about the difference between black people and N-words, okay? The people who want to ruin somebody else's evening. Because the great majority of us are just like Nick Fuentes and his family, just like Nick Fuentes and his friends, just like you all that are watching this right here. Most of us want to go out with our family, have a good time, and then come back home unscathed. We don't want anything to happen to us. We don't want to lose our property. We don't want to be robbed. We don't want to get into an argument. We don't want to argue with one another. It's like, let's just have a good time. Like, all the pettiness, all the bickering, all of that. Nah, none of that. None of that. That's why when I'm in the Costco line and I hear people talking trash about Trump, I don't want to be the only person in the Costco line that everyone hates. So I won't say anything. I would just shake my head or something like that. And then when they look at me in my eyes, hoping that I will say something bad, I'll be like, I know that's right. Just so they can move on. Like, that's me being a sucker, but that's actually me trying to maintain the peace. So some of what he's saying is absolutely true. Let's continue, man. Let's continue.
And sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. You know, that's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace and I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and I'm in fear for my life, like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that. And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior.
No, Nick Fuentes, you are racist, sir. Anybody that says Nick Fuentes is not racist, you're lying. Even I'm a little bit of racist. I'm like a teaspoon racist, a tablespoon. The tablespoon is a little bit more than teaspoon. I'm about a tablespoon. Tablespoon racist. I think we all are. I think society has shaped us that way. I think our forefathers may have something to do with it. Our ancestors may have something to do with it. We're nowhere near as much as they was. Progression is crazy. We've come a long way. I have a whole bunch of white friends and black friends and Asian, and I have friends from all over the world right now who are of many different races. But Nick Fuentes is absolutely racist. Absolutely 1000% racist. Nick Fuentes, he was cooking, but for him to say that he's not racist, I call bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.